Hey guys, in order to save the consequence of my story with Bryant, like how everything gets started, how I find my first expert with zero connections in LA, like how immigrant with a poor English get a client, the Netflix star, #1 briefing instructor, one of the best briefing instructor in the world. I think you're interested in this, and I with a great pleasure will share it with you. So let's start. So everything started with idea. As I told you, at March, first time I realized that it's super cool combination for me to help some local experts or influencers launch their own online product, take percentage of the amount of sales, and this is the perfect combination, as I told you, for experts and for me to make a big impact and to make a lot of money. So what did I do exactly to get my first contract? Everything's pretty easy, but again, if you have any questions, like if you want to ask some specific questions, don't be shy. You can ask me in direct messages everywhere you want. So what did we do? We just at the beginning I started to make my presentation, like commercial offer to the influencer. So it's honestly took about 1 month to make the first presentation. Yes, I know it's too long. I used to try some Russian translators, and then I used to correct the presentations with like the local guys, with the fluent English speakers, and they told that Russian translators was super bad. And one more thing, at the beginning I wanted to be a partner with some different Russian guys who also starting to be course producers here, but finally, as it usually happens, like I found that we're not my best match with them. I don't want to tell you all the problems which appeared there, but I just decided to do it myself. Yes, how it works. So we did the presentation for a month, and then how exactly I get the Bryant, why he agreed to see me first time, all that stuff. I want to tell you honestly, like how everything was. I just started to find my like Russian local friends and started to ask them, do they have some friends who are famous here? And one of my friends, she was the manager in the Museum of Illusions, and while they were making PR like content for this Museum of Illusions, like grand opening, all that stuff, she had a list of bloggers who've been invited to this Museum of Illusion opening. So she told me that I know the Bryant, he was super responsible guy, and he showed up to this museum. He was super nice guy, and he have some spiritual product. He's cool expert, so maybe Nikita is best match for you to launch him. So then we sent this presentation to Bryant. He told like I'm interested, and I was so happy when I see it. And then he says like we have to speak. Then we were rescheduling many times our speech in the Zoom, so it made me a little bit disappointed. Like I was a little bit, oh my god, I think he don't want to work with us. I don't know why, but he already told that he want to work and he interested, but I don't know local like rules, so maybe people sometimes do like this. Finally, after let's say month and a half of all this rescheduling, we had a Zoom meeting, and this Zoom meeting we were discussing some stuff. If you also want, I can sell presentation of Zoom meeting. I can tell exactly what did I say on the Zoom meeting to the Bryant to make him like impressed and to interest him in our together project. This Zoom meeting was about 1 hour long, and after this presentation he told me like, okay guys, it's cool, I see like you're cool guys, let's have an appointment like offline somewhere. But here was the show, the Netflix show. We again scheduled the next meeting for almost 1 month, so that's why it took me so long, like about 4 months from the zero to the final agreement with Bryant. And finally, after Zoom meeting, we agreed that we have to meet offline. Then in maybe 1 month we had offline meeting, and everybody show up at this meeting. I was with my team, with the girls, and he was alone, and we had super cool conversation. I explained Bryant whole our roadmap. I also have a big roadmap and the launch scenario, like how we do it usually, and I just show him everything, and I was so inspired. And then my partner, she told me like, Nikita, you were so cool in this meeting, because I was really inspired by like telling Bryant like how we can launch, which perspectives do we have, like which proximate sales we can make, all that stuff. So I was just following the special strategy in this first offline meeting, and despite of my English, I think it passed so good. Then a very key moment, I asked Bryant if I can take his home, and when we were driving he asked me to like turn on some kind of music, and we started like dancing. And when we started to dance, I understand that we have to be partners, because he's so easygoing without these complexes. He's open as me, and and then I understand that we can make a great job together. So this is shortly how I get my first expert in America, being the immigrant with poor English, and how I get the guy who have 500,000 followers working with me. Yes, so let's see how our work, which results will it bring, because already we have, I'm now telling a little bit from the future now, so already we have some problems and troubles, not so big, but kind of. I hope it would be interesting, because this is real life show how I make money. Like, I'm showing you every process or everything, and I always can answer you in direct messages to give some advice or tips if you also are launching your products or something like this, because I have sold online products in Russia on $3 million and my partner did it for $2 million, so we know a lot of shit about this stuff. So if you're interested, just direct me, subscribe this channel, and see the daily blog about how we are launching the local experts in America.